Hey, y'all, and welcome to the District Download. I'm Senator Angela Williams Graves, representing the 21st Senate District, where we do good work on your behalf. This month's chat is designed to keep you informed by bringing people, policy, and politics together. From the district to Richmond and beyond, I'll share updates from the community, local events, and give you resources to help you become more informed. Because the more you know, the more empowered you are to make a good decision and to make a difference right where you are. So now, this district download is the last district download chat before Election Day on November 4th. And here in Virginia, there is no shortage of opportunities to vote because we have elections every single year. However, this year is very important. I want to make sure that you understand how to register to vote, how to get your absentee ballot, and who is on the ballot so that your voice can be heard. Whether you are a first time voter or a seasoned one, this conversation is all about empowering you with the information you need to cast your ballot with confidence. Now, you've probably heard people say, this is an important election. It's the most important one of our lifetime. Well, guess what? Every election is the most important election, and every election is the most important in our lifetime. So let's talk logistics. How and when can you vote? Well, early voting is open right now. Early voting runs through November 1st, 2025, and election day is November 4th, 2025. If you are looking to get your absentee ballot, oh, sorry, got one more slide. If you're looking for satellite locations, now this goes to Norfolk because we always have satellite locations open anywhere from 1 week to 2 weeks for elections. So this year, satellite locations open on Thursday, October 23rd, and there are going to be 4 of them. We have a satellite location at the Berkeley Recreation Center, a satellite location at the Jordan Newby Anchor Branch Library, a satellite location at the Lamberts Point Community Center, and a satellite location at the Mary D. Pretlow Anchor Branch Library. And those will be open daily from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. There's a Saturday and Sunday opportunity for you to vote as well. We take all the excuses here in Virginia out of giving you the opportunity to vote. You'll need to bring an ID. You'll have to have an ID. It can be your driver's license. It can be your voter registration card. It can even be a utility bill or a bank statement, just as long as it has your name and your address. And if you're voting absentee, you want to make sure that you get your absentee ballot in on time. Now let's talk registration. You can register to vote in person at City Hall anytime up until October 23rd. So you can go into the City Hall building. It's right on the first floor, and you can register to vote. If you do so before October 23rd, you'll be able to vote on election day. Now, here's the thing. Every level of government, from your city council to your school board to the Virginia General Assembly, affects your life. And we're not talking about just flimsy decisions. We're talking about decisions that affect the quality of your child's education, affordable housing options, and the condition of our roads, access to healthcare, and so much more. So this is why voter registration is so very important. So here's the thing. If you wait until after October 23rd, in Virginia, we have this little thing called same day registration and voting. And that starts on October 24th. Same day registration and voting is available at the city State Board of Elections office in City Hall. It's also available at satellite locations once those satellite locations open on the 24th. Or you can go online to find out more information about same day registration and voting. It gives you the opportunity to register to vote and vote all in the same day. Voting isn't just about choosing a person. It is also about shaping the priorities of our community. It's about your values, your neighborhood, your state, your federal government, your voice in the decisions that shape our future. When we show up, we move our communities forward, and we do so together in a very powerful way. So, if you want to request an absentee ballot, maybe you're going to be out of town, maybe you don't want to go down on election day and you want to vote by mail. That is our absentee ballot. You can do so by October 24th. You can request your absentee ballot by October 24th. Now, here's the thing, you can do it at the Office of Elections. You can call the Office of Elections. This number is relative to Norfolk voters, but if you call this number and you're not a Norfolk voter, someone will help you and direct you to the appropriate location. That is 757 664 4353. 757 664 4353. You want to make sure that you have made your request to get your absentee ballot. And then you also want to make sure that that ballot is postmarked no later than election day, and it has to be received that following Friday by 12 noon in the registrar's office in order for it to count. Here's the other thing: if you do get your absentee ballot and you forget to mail it, and you want to make sure that your absentee ballot is counted, you can always drop it back off at the registrar's office. You can also drop it off at any of the satellite locations when they open on the 24th. So just know that you do have options, but your last day to request the ballot so that you can make your voice heard is October 24th, 2025. I want to touch on one other thing about early voting as it pertains to City Hall. It can get a little congested in City Hall. I get that. In that little circle, if you know Norfolk City Hall, or if it's your first time coming downtown, you can't miss the circle. And so you'll come into the circle. There's a sign there. It tells you who to call. You will be calling the registrar's office. When you call the registrar's office, they're going to send somebody out to you, and you can vote right in your car. If you decide you want to park and walk, you don't have to pay for parking. So you can get your steps in, you can get your vote in, all at the same time. So just make sure that you take advantage of the opportunities that we have afforded you in the Commonwealth of Virginia to make your voice count. So now, who's on the ballot this year? Depending on where you live, you may be voting for local city council, school board, members of the General Assembly, and constitutional officers or constitutional amendments or local referendums. These decisions do influence how we invest in education, public safety, infrastructure, and local services. So before you head to the polls, take a few minutes to get your sample ballot. You can do that at elections.virginia.gov. That way, you know exactly who's on your ballot in your locality and make an informed choice before you step into the voting booth. Now, I can tell you from personal experience, a whole lot of people come to vote, and I applaud you for coming to vote, but they don't have a clue as to who is on the ballot in their locality when they get there. And so then they get bombarded with wonderful volunteers telling you to vote for this person or that person or the other person. You want to do your homework ahead of time to ensure that you know who's on the ballot and you know who you're voting for. So at the statewide ticket, all right, at the statewide ticket, here are my picks. I'm telling you to go and do your own homework and do your own research. But if you say, I'm going with who you going with, this is who I'm going with. I'm going with Abigail Spanberger for governor. I think that she has the temperament. I think that she has the intelligence. I think that she has the wisdom, and she has the love for people in Virginia to do the best job as the next governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. If you want to know more about Abigail, visit her website at abigailspanberger.com. Look, don't be listening to all those crazy commercials and stuff that you see on TV. I'm with Abigail, and you should be with Abigail too. For lieutenant governor, I am supporting my colleague from the Senate, Senator Ghazala Hashmi, for lieutenant governor. Being the lieutenant governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia says that if something happens to the governor, this is the person we want to step up and take and fill her shoes. I cannot think of a better person who is on the ballot to do that, who is calm, cool, collected, and prepared to step into that role if necessary than Ghazala Hashmi. And so I want to make sure that you know about Ghazala. Visit her at Ghazala for Virginia. Ghazala for Virginia. I have served with her in the Senate, and I can tell you, I've said this before, I can tell you one thing about Ghazala that I see consistently from her. It's that she shows up and she shows up prepared. She's always done her homework. She's always prepared for whether it's floor speeches or presenting her bills or talking to folks about background information about her bills. She is about her business. So there is not another person that I can think of that I would rather have as the lieutenant governor who runs the Senate during session, but also is the backup person in command for the governor than Senator Ghazala Hashmi. So that's who I'm rolling with for lieutenant governor. And then last but not least, the attorney general. Now, I know y'all have heard a whole bunch of different ads about text messages that are 3 years old. Yep. 3 years old. Didn't happen yesterday, didn't happen this morning, didn't happen last week, didn't even happen last month. All that stuff happened 3 years ago. And here's what I can tell you. My choice for for attorney general of the Commonwealth of Virginia is Jay Jones. Understand what is at stake. The attorney general's job is to protect Virginia. It is to protect consumers. It is to protect and fight for witnesses and victims. And that's just a little bit of what they do. We cannot afford to have someone as the attorney general who is going to simply rubber stamp what happens in Washington and just roll over and provide no protections for women, no protections for victims, no protections for witnesses, no protections for consumers, and no protections for Virginia. The other guy, the current attorney general, has not sued the Trump administration once. Not once. And all the things that are happening between the laying off of federal workers to the shutdowns to sending in folks into various communities. Understand this. I heard somebody say this and I took it and ran with it. I can't remember the young lady that said it. But just because you're not first on the list doesn't mean you're not on the list. So just because the National Guard and all those people haven't been sent into Virginia doesn't mean that they won't be. And we need an attorney general who will stand up to the Trump administration, who will stand up for Virginians and who will not rubber stamp everything that comes out of Washington. We need someone who will stand up for our families, our women, our rights. And yes, I trust him with our children. Okay. So I'm asking you to vote in November or vote now, early vote now, for Jay Jones to be the next attorney general for the Commonwealth of Virginia. It is no secret, y'all. I do a real good job sometimes of being, bipartisan. But I'm a Democrat. I ran as a Democrat. I've been a Democrat all my life, and I'm supporting the Democratic ticket. I'm telling folks to vote blue all the way through. If you've got delegates on your ballot, which you will, because all 100 members of the House of Delegates are up for election and re-election, vote blue all the way through. You want to make sure that you are voting for Democrats because we've seen what the other side can do, and we know we know they're not finished, right? Because we haven't even gotten through the first session the first year of the Trump administration. So we need folks who are going to protect Virginia, protect Virginia's values, and make sure that we are first on their radar. We are first on their in their priorities, and they are fighting for us. So as we wrap up, I want you to remember that our office is available to you for constituent services. If you have an issue with a local organization, a local government, state organization, or even federal government issue, reach out to us. We are not the doers, but we are the conductors, and we make sure that you get connected to the services and the organizations that you need in order to get your issue resolved. And guess what, y'all? Sometimes the answer is no. But I'd rather have a no that I know is a no than to not get an answer at all. So if you're struggling with an agency and you're struggling to get a call back and you're struggling to get an answer, a determination, some kind of closure to your issue, give us a call. More than likely, we can help you. And our office information is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. And so you can call us and reach out to us anytime to be able to help you, because that's what we are here for. We can't do this work for free. We can't do this work without funds. This is an election year for most everyone, but our office still runs. And so if you would like to support us, if you would like to donate to the good work that we do on your behalf, please do so at our Act Blue link. You can scan that QR code, or you can visit the Act Blue website that is on your screen and donate to us. $5, $10, $25, $50, $100, whatever you want to give. It helps us to be able to continue to do good work on your behalf on a daily basis. The last thing I want to say, I think that's the last thing I want to say. Yep, it is thank you. As far as the slides are concerned, the last thing I want to say is thank you. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you. It is an honor and a privilege to serve as the senator from the good and great city of Norfolk, where I was born and raised. And it is an honor to hold this seat and to hold this title. If there is anything we can do to help you, I want you to know that we are here. Understand this. Every vote counts. Every vote counts. And so as the last segment, unless I decide to do another one, but we might. But as the last segment before Election Day, I want you to make up your mind that you're going to vote. I want you to make a plan, and I want you to carry that plan out. I want you to carry out a plan to vote. I want you to vote early, and I want you to make sure that you are voting blue all the way through. As usual, I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, you are a walking, talking, living, breathing miracle. Until next month, see you soon. Bye.